We got a good question this week. Betty, when should sex ed start? What age for children?
Sex begins in utero. We have sonograms of baby boys and baby girls contacting their genitals.
Masturbating.
It feels good.
What else do you have to do in utero?
I mean, you got a lot of time. So, and everyone knows that, little babies, that they discover when they discover their bodies. My nephew told me about when his little baby boy take a hold of his penis, he'd pull it way out and then let it go snap back. They were all going, ah! Or the little girl who finds her, and starts putting her finger down in between her lips.
I remember once I was changing a diaper. I was babysitting for a little girl, and I'm changing her diaper, and I took the baby powder, and I went like this, and I guess there was a little force to it, and it hit her clit, and she went, ooh.
The little baby did.
Ooh, that feels good.
All right, so here's the other element. How a mother or a caregiver handles the baby's genitals when they're being washed. Now, if you can imagine a very uptight Christian mother who hates sex, and she's handling this little penis, and she's going...
Or father, with a daughter. We had several women talk about how their genitals were kind of handled roughly when they were little, or they would say things like, "Oh, you're dirty down there. That smells."
Oh, all of the messages, or the parent, opposite or same sex, who is seductive during that process. So it has to be a neutral acceptance of all body parts. So the genitals shouldn't be any different than our fingers, our toes, our little nipples, our ears. It's just another body part.
And positive energy. Always.
But, if you're going,
oh, that's weird. Oh, that's not right. No.
Now,
have respect for their bodies.
I told you that story about...
Her mom. Yes. Tell the story. Now you're in.
As adults, I had done the book, and she had gotten a copy of Liberating Masturbation, where I had all the drawings of female genitals. She said, "Betty Ann, since you know so much about that sort of thing, would you look at mine?" And I'm going, whoa, intimacy. So I said, "Oh, of course, like it's nothing, it's another workshop." So as we're looking, her vulva was totally different from mine, and my assumption was they would be similar.
Why? I don't know why we assume this, but we do.
I have her hands, I have her facial.
Why wouldn't you have her pussy?
I didn't. Nothing like it. And so I commented, and she said, and I said, "And I have those long inner lips, Mother?" And she said, "I always wondered about that when you were a baby."
So your body got that message.
That is a non-verbal message. Non-verbal. And how our bodies are dealt with, looked upon, handled way long before speech enters it. Non-verbal body messages. That's the first line right there.
And then what kind of information? I love that line where you talk about little Billy has a penis.
Oh. Well, yeah, so we say, where do babies come from? This is not the message to give children.
Procreation they can learn later. Let's start with their bodies and their anatomy.
Let's start with what they're going to be doing, which is playing with their little wee-wees. So, little Billy has a penis, and little Mary has a clitoris.
And when they touch them just right...
And when they touch them just a special way, it feels good.
Simple.
That's all.
Simple message.
Don't have to say any other thing. Mm-mm. When you touch them in a special way, it feels very good. Not this thing about Billy puts his penis inside Mary's vagina and they make a baby. Stop it.
The first message on sex ed is a baby, how to make a baby. And that's...
the last thing you want to do with sex.
Yeah, because they should be touching their sex organs, connecting, making those neural connections to their brain.
Yeah.
Establishing those good feelings, and that's it.
Yep. The clitoris to the pleasure center in the brain. Make that connection.
And don't shame them and leave them alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You always say that. Women will say, "Oh, should I give my 9-year-old a vibrator?"
No.
No, don't.
No. Sex is everything, everywhere, all the time. So if we just let it be a natural part of our bodies and leave the kids alone, everything will be just happy, happy, nappy. Happy, happy, natural, normal.
That's what we want.
Yeah. So go ahead, leave the babies alone. Leave the toddlers alone.
If they have their questions, answer them with clinical language. clitoris. Don't go. I don't.
Oh, your wee wee or your wee wad or your
Yeah.
ding-a-ling. Use correct names, please. It's a penis, it's a clitoris, and those are the good words. Okay, get real.